Welcome back to the show. Nutrition is the cornerstone of a healthy body. That's why we try to get as many nutrients as possible from our diet. Now, National Nutrition Week is celebrated from the 1st of September to the 7th of September every year. It aims at promoting the importance of a well-balanced diet, replete with all the necessary nutrients that our body requires for various functions and for the upkeep of our overall health.
Now, National Nutrition Week focuses on a particular theme each year and addresses it with the launch of various programs. Last year's theme was Feeding Smart right from start, and this year's theme is Celebrate a World of Flavors. Now, joining us to highlight the importance of nutrition and diet is Dr. Chef Mekwuye Eric, I beg your pardon, who's the CEO of Hospitality Business School here in Lagos. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Mekwuye.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so let's talk about how important people should take their nutrition. In Nigeria, a lot of people complain that we don't have that much food. It's simply one carbohydrate meal to the next, and some stew and some soup. So how important should people take their nutrition as especially as varieties are concerned?
First is that nutrition is very important. As important as oxygen is to sustaining life, nutrition is next. As simple as it is. You cannot eat junk and expect to be healthy. Nutrition is tied to one's well-being. Like they say, you are what you eat.
Let's talk about the, education when it comes to nutrition and general health improvement. We're currently in a society where everyone is a nutrition expert or a fitness expert. On social media, people are trying to watch their weight, going on several diets. Would you say that we have adequate information as regards nutrition and general health improvement?
Not enough. So when it comes to education, it's a lot of people don't understand what it should be really. Education should impact your subconscious in terms of what you know and what you should actually do. It should propel you to actually do the needful. So we do not have enough education when it comes to nutrition. People jump into the bandwagon of fit farm, this and that. But in terms of the real education, we do not have it. And that revolves around what, how, and when. So what should you take for your type of body or your kind of special need if you do have? How should you prepare it? And when should you eat it? We do not have enough of that. And I think that's what National Nutrition Week seeks to achieve, or one of the major objectives, that people should know what to eat, how to prepare and eat it, and when to eat it, because the when is also very important.
But all of this is obviously specific to different body types, and different body requirements. But I also want us to talk about exercise, and how much of a role it plays. We understand that it plays a key role in helping build the physical body. What are some of the key nutrition details that you feel can help the physical body that a lot of people actually ignore?
Okay, so again, when it comes to exercise, we experts as humans, we are social animals, so we like to jump whatever train that is moving. So when you hear people say, "Oh, exercise," people just jump. How consistent it is? That's the next question. But beyond the consistency or beyond the exercise, physical exercise of the body, there are certain things that people take a lot for granted, as simple as water. Water. So you find out that over 70% of persons, when you either in a restaurant or at home, and your food is there, the next thing you ask when they ask you for a beverage, more than 70% wouldn't think water. They want to think some fizzy drinks, some alcoholic beverages. These are not bad in themselves, but the most important thing that should help you beside your physical exercise is as simple as water. The human body is made up of more than 70% of the fluid in the human body is water. So when the body isn't having enough water, you are dehydrated. the body organ isn't getting enough, water to work with. And so the likelihood of falling sick is high. And also for the body to function, to keep fit, also is affected. But should you want to take it to the next level, beyond water, you say, okay, maybe water doesn't taste as nice as I would want it. What options do we have as Africans that we don't need to break the bank? As simple as beverage properly called Zobo, for the purpose of those who are watching us. As basic as Zobo, which is on the street of everywhere in Nigeria or any part of Africa. Zobo is very high in antioxidants. Some of the ailments that people have, Zobo can actually help in taking care or balancing the body against it, inflammation and some other things. The other one is Kura de Nunu, which is very popular up north in Nigeria and up north Ghana and other parts of Africa. Zobo, Kura de Nunu, is very high in protein, in calcium, So people ignore these things, sometimes because it is seen as local. For some other persons, it's seen as it's cheap. They associate value to how expensive it is, and it shouldn't be. Nutrition is not based on the naira or the dollar and cent. It should be based on the value that it can have on your personal well-being.
Thank you so much for sharing these important nutrition facts. I think the water one spoke to me. Now let's talk about flavors. Yesterday on the show, when we talked about National Nutrition Week, we asked each other our favorite flavors. It's your turn to answer. What would you say are your key flavors? You're a global chef. What is your key flavor for preparing a lavish meal at home? And is there something new that you've tried and that you love to share with us?
Okay, so the first part of it I will respond to is I prefer the sweet and sour flavor. And reason being that it cuts across most of the raw material readily available for us in Africa. Citrus, lime and lemon is very popular here and in common, easy to get. And then we have a lot of persons who are also hypertensive. When you are hypertensive, you are required to cut down your salt, which is generally your sodium intake. So as simple as things like barbecue, fish and barbecue, whatever it is I want to do, meal based on barbecue. Instead of me using, I can 100% cut out the salt.
Wow.
Applying lemon to maybe any of the barbecue product I want to do, and exposing it to direct or naked fire will produce sodium. So both the flavor and the taste of sodium will be very, very highly produced in such products. And so one who is hypertensive and yet still prefer his salt or sodium taste or flavor can still get such or enjoy himself or herself without the guilt, or like they say, people say something must kill a man. So you can still enjoy what you enjoy without being killed, like they say. Something must kill a man. So you can still enjoy stuff like that. So you have a lot of things to play with. It is like we said, having the knowledge. There are a whole lot of things we can play around here. And so the other part of the question, for instance, you can also play with things like sweet herbs. We have a lot of them here. Cilantro.
I've never explored that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them, and basil, as busy as basil. Some will say, oh, but basil, I think it's foreign. We've got our own local basil, which is St. Leaf.
Efirin. Yeah.
Yes, Efirin in Yoruba language, and Igbo language, I think it's Alusin. So basically, you can use it. So for what I've tried, so in my course of exploring food from around the world, popular Italian meal called lasagna. We've been able to deconstruct and reconstruct lasagna using our local raw material that will still, most importantly, be healthy. So in making the typical lasagna or the classic lasagna, you will need pasta sheets, which is made from wheat and then already processed. We substituted it with plantain. The other option, the other option is water yam, which plantain, as you know, is high in iron. So that would cut off the processed part of the wheat, which we don't even know whether if it was fortified. During the processing of wheat and all of that, a whole lot of things are lost. The endosperm and the whole lot of things are lost. So using plantain, which is not processed, which is high in iron, can give us the nutrient we seek in such product. And then the other major part of lasagna is processed mincemeat. So instead of me using processed mincemeat here, we've also substituted that using local Titus or mackerel fish.
Oh, wow.
Mackerel fish is high in omega fatty acid.
What of panla?
Excuse me?
I was asking what of panla, the popular...
Panla doesn't actually have much of the oil we see.
But I'm really glad that you shared this because during the course of the week, I did buy minced meat because I want to make bolognese for my family members. And now you've inspired me to try out something new because we have to opt for healthier options. So thank you so much for sharing with us some of your tips and tricks. And we look forward to having you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure being on this stage with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.